Well, good afternoon to everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. Today is an important day for AstraZeneca Spain, a day that we become part of an innovative ecosystem, one where we aim to find and deliver on the promise that AstraZeneca has set forward, which is pushing the boundaries of science to deliver life-changing medicines. As a company, we are fortunate to belong to one of the most innovative industries in the entire world. Just in the last 2 years, as you well know, a handful of pharma companies demonstrated how agile and able we are by reacting to a worldwide crisis. In record time, our actions in partnership with governments have afforded many of us a new chapter and a new life during a pandemic in which we are still living in. As many of you know, AstraZeneca signed a historic agreement with Oxford University to develop a vaccine against COVID. But what you don't know, and many don't know, that was designed and manufactured within 9 months. 9 months. Further, AstraZeneca and Oxford delivered more of this vaccine than any other COVID vaccine worldwide. That means we reached 170 different countries with this vaccine. And more than 2 billion doses of this vaccine have been administered, all without profit. I must say I'm proud to work for AstraZeneca, but one particular reason I'm proud is that I feel like my organization and I have actually lived one of the most outstanding innovations ever witnessed. We delivered innovation in record time, as I just mentioned. We placed it in the hands of governments and authorities to serve society as a whole and literally save millions and millions of lives. This is just one example of what our industry can do. And today, it's still worth recognizing the innovators, the scientists, the health professionals, the administrations for supporting this public-private collaboration that made this possible. Please, a round of applause for all of those that made this a reality for us. However, we can't stop there. There's still more to do. This is why AstraZeneca in 2021 has invested more than $9 billion in research and development. $9 billion. Why? These types of investments are necessary for an industry that, on average, takes 10 years for a new medicine to be delivered. 10. And a 15% chance of success that that new medicine will ever make it to market. 15%. Now, AstraZeneca, we have to track our success as it relates to this objective. We track candidate drugs, as we call it, moving through the phases of clinical trials. And AstraZeneca, I'm proud to say, in 2021, we've increased our productivity by 23% versus the industry average of 14%. So you say, what does that mean? That means that AstraZeneca, we have a greater success rate of bringing medicines to the world. Greater success rate than the industry average, and it shows our scientific prowess. We are committed to breaking through the boundaries and maintaining our leadership in research and development, but we have to evolve. We can't stay still. And we understand more than ever the power of scientific development and the multiplier effect of technology. It's time to make sure that we are maximizing the power of these two things together, and that is the reason AstraZeneca is here today. We want to engage with you, startups, corporations in and out of the sector, and every other player involved in this ecosystem. We believe digital innovation as a company is the success that can make a difference for the lives of patients. We are aware that if we link it to our research capabilities, our diagnostic capabilities, or even link it to the outcomes our medicines can deliver, we can multiply the potential on the impacts of the medicines. That translates into a sustainable healthcare system, and that translates into impacting the lives of patients and families. We are convinced that solving significant global health challenges requires a coordinated approach, and one that is based between partnerships of different sectors. At AstraZeneca, we've been working together on opening digital innovation and technology ecosystems globally, but we want to do more. But I want to give you some examples so you know what we're capable of and what we're willing to do. Just 2 years ago, during the pandemic, we decided to create the A Catalyst Network, a network of more than 20 innovative hubs around the world, a network that we have resourced and structured to foster digital innovation. The goal of the network is to position AstraZeneca as a trusted partner, both for those considered traditional innovators, as well as new entries like yourselves, jointly transforming the delivery of healthcare around the world. To give you some perspective on the scale and the impact of what we've achieved to date, we've reached over 1.2 million patients. We have over 500 partners, including the University of Cambridge, Amazon Web Services, NASCOM, and more. And we have mentored over 300 startup companies to produce over 20 solutions. So how are we making a difference? We're making a difference because we're investing in artificial intelligence to improve lung cancer detection and early diagnosis of different pathologies. We're developing applications to help patients manage diseases like asthma and developing technology to improve clinical trials. I'm going to be bold enough to say that AstraZeneca is different. We also know how to work like a startup, which may be laughable to some. But for example, we created the Amaze platform, a disease platform, developed it in-house, targeting asthma and heart failure patients, allowing us to facilitate greater engagement between the patient and the healthcare team. Once again, ultimately improving outcomes while reducing cost. On this platform, the patient can share data with their physicians. The patient knows what their health progress is, as well as the doctor. There's messages between the two, and patients will receive alerts on things that impact their lives: air quality notification, disease education, information regarding their prescription. We just signed a partnership with UMA, a UK-based medical tech startup, for further development of this app because we think it can go further. Another example is an organization we partner with called Cordio, a startup accelerated by our Israel hub to improve, through a digital solution, the management of heart failure. To give you some context, because many times we, unless we're sick, don't listen to this stuff. But today I ask you, listen to the impact that we can have in the lives of patients. Last year, more than 17,000 people died in Spain due to heart failure. We want to reduce that number. But you know what we want to do further? We want to reduce this impact on the 26 million people who suffer from heart failure around the world. This is a pandemic that equally can be confronted. Cordio has developed a solution powered by artificial intelligence that provides heart failure patients and the cardiologist with a digital voice biomarker that detects deteriorating conditions due to congestive heart failure before further onsets of symptoms, so we can adjust the medicines and decrease hospitalizations. And this is how cool it is. This is what happens. A patient every morning wakes up and reads the same sentence 6 times. That algorithm will detect if there's accumulation of fluid in that patient's heart, and it alerts the cardiologist. It's incredible how much we can learn from the slightest changes in breathing and in speaking. Technology like this is the future, and we believe it's going to be used to diagnose more and more patients early. We are currently working with a Cordio team to serve several hospitals in Spain to test this tool, so stay tuned. Another example we have is Cure AI. This is accelerated by our India hub. Cure has developed another cool, excellent healthcare option that is helping address some of the most significant healthcare needs around the world, and that is identifying the underdiagnosed or the currently underdetected pathologies like lung cancer and heart failure. This solution can actually detect up to 29 anomalies in X-ray images. When it reviews it, it alerts the radiologist and the physician about these abnormalities to try and find a solution for that patient more quickly. We are implementing Cure AI in several countries, and the results thus far are remarkable, able to already detect many cases of lung cancer that are otherwise in early stages, that would otherwise go undetected until later stages. At AstraZeneca, we have one ambition. We're going to cure cancer. Through technology, that's going to be possible one day. If you've ever been a patient, and if you've ever supported a patient in your life, I hope this excites you. I hope this motivates you to get involved and include us in your ecosystem. You want to know more about the technology AstraZeneca is working on? Visit the AstraZeneca booth. You want to know more about Cordio or Cure AI? They'll give you more details there as well. There's also some incredible people on our teams from the digital innovation team and members of the global A-Catalyzed network that are going to be happy to talk to you about the different things that we're doing and the things we're willing to do to learn to impact and shape the lives of patients. I encourage you also to attend the other panels hosted by AstraZeneca personnel to hear about how we are actually taking this technology and changing the future of healthcare. If you take away one message from me today, is that AstraZeneca is open for business. We are here to affirm our commitment to improving more lives of patients through science and digital innovation. In closing, allow me to share another set of facts and one challenge to you as audience members and entrepreneurs. Let's take a moment to focus on a silent disease called chronic kidney disease, CKD, that robs the lives of 698 million people around the world. In Spain, 7 million people live with CKD, 15% of Spanish people. CKD is the second fastest growing disease and cause of death through 2006 to 2016. We have to detect it early. We have to diagnose early. And we have a challenge for you. To all of you entrepreneurs out there, today we announce the launch of an Open Innovation Health Challenge. We want to find a partner to provide a digital solution that helps us find these undiagnosed chronic kidney disease patients. On the screen behind me, you're going to see a QR code. Please scan it. It'll provide you information about the next steps. It's going to tell you about the phases of the challenge. It's going to tell you the value proposition, and it's going to tell you the benefits of winning. Like I mentioned, we have a team at AstraZeneca here in the booths. They'll give you more information on it. They're more than happy to talk to you about what can be possible between all of us. I ask you, wouldn't it be nice to save the lives of patients through technology? Wouldn't it be nice to say that you led to something that actually helped prevent dialysis? Well, listen, if you're convinced, then we need you. If you're convinced, join the team. If you're convinced, what are you waiting for? Thank you.